Evicted from the Ngahinga and Bwindi impenetrable forest over 10 years ago, the Batwa had to leave an area they had known as home. A forest land that they knew like the back of their head and whose history was woven into their culture and identity. To address the emerging challenges, the government and some organizations came up with an initiative to tap into the indigenous skills of Batwa by incorporating them into tourism. Eager for our tour of Ngahinga, we caught up with 3 Batwa tour guides accompanied by Uganda Wildlife Authority wardens. Through the guides, our 4-hour journey in this thick forest unraveled for us the treasures that lie hidden in the greenery and improved our understanding of the culture of the Batwa. Our first stop was at the prayer corner. This is one of the places that the Batwa used for prayers to the gods of rain for good luck as they left for a hunt. Like all hunts, the Batwa hunting trips also have stopovers for the party to take a rest from the fast-paced walk in the forest or merely to have a meal of wild plants.
Every morning we would go hunting, we would first eat it fresh. We are eating it, and then after eating fresh, we get energy and we get a very sharp sight because hunting these animals needed to go very early in the morning when animals are still resting.
But while great skills is needed to track animals in the forest, the Batwa see no success unless the gods are involved. So other stopovers are made at particular spots to sing praises to the gods of the mountains. After nearly 2 hours, we made a stopover at one of the springs in the mountains. This is where the Batwa fetch their water, again with great skill. As we moved further deep into the forest, we finally reached a colony of bamboo trees. Now this is the bamboo zone, one of the places whereby those who are having the Batwa trail normally come and rest in. And also the unique thing about this place is that it's the place where the Batwa themselves told us that they used to come and get wild honey from this place. And it's the place that they really still treasure till today. With our strength back, we proceeded to the top of the mountain to catch the sight of an abandoned homestead. This is where the Batwa community once lived. And such are the houses they lived within while in the forest. The grass-thatched houses blended well the vegetation around.
Yeah, the Batwa knowledge is very unique because as you have seen this forest, survival strategies in this forest not easy.
But although this was their home, when the adult Batwa left for a hunt in the forest that could sometimes go for days, the children would patch up on the trees to avoid attacks from wild animals. We continued on our 3rd hour of the trail. We had our own feel of how the Batwa trapped animals.
We would set traps, snares, to trap small animals like bushbucks, duikers, wild pigs, so those small animals. So the snare you are seeing there is the one that traps those small animals.
And at this bare ground in the middle of the forest is where the hunting parties sat and planned for their next hunt. They plotted for animals and how to make sure it was success. Apart from food, the forest was still a source of medicine for the Batwa. From allergy to tuberculosis, the Batwa discovered the medicinal value of some of these plants.
If you have not been eating like red meat or any other meat, you can eat whatever you have not been eating after taking this medicine.
Still, something of great significance to the Batwa lay ahead, the caves. These large caves on the mountains are of one of the most sought-after places by tourists.
Okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Now this is one of the caves that is found in this mountain, but deep under here is a tunnel, but it's also one of the biggest caves, and this is where the kings used to stay, the kings of the Batwa in the 18th century, but most of them didn't now get the time to stay in when they started evicting them out of the forest. This cave is close to 200 meters of length. Although dark, it is hard to notice that its features are unique. The edge this side was where the women and children used to stay in. The kings, of course, the kings' children, and then the women used to stay this side. At this corner is where the king's regalia and all the manner of gear for war were kept. As our forward journey into the history of the Batwa ended, for our Batwa guides, the journey into the future began as they ended their day's work. Proceeds from the trail are divided into half going to the Uganda Wildlife Authority and another half going to the Batwa Community.
And out of the collections, the Batwa Community take $40, half of the cost, and then UWA will take $40.
For the Batwa, this trail has now brought some relief in their lives, as most of them are now planning to have permanent settlement and to own land. Maurice Ochol, NTV.